You're listening to The Social Workers on WCDB Albany.
And good morning. Welcome back. You're listening to the Social Workers live radio talk show. My name is Eric Hardiman. I'm your co-host here with Alyssa Lotmore. Welcome back, Alyssa.
Hi, Eric. It's the last show of the season for the 2015-2016 academic year, and we have a very special show today. With May being Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month, today we'll speak with a mother, an advocate, who is taking steps to find a cure for cystic fibrosis. Ms. Nina Nardacci will discuss how the diagnosis of her daughter led her to become an advocate, the supports needed for families who have children with medical issues, and how we can all help in finding a cure for cystic fibrosis. So welcome, Nina.
Hi.
Hi, thanks so much for being on today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
We just want to start with, we've all heard of cystic fibrosis, but can you give us more of a general overview as to what it is?
Oh, sure. Cystic fibrosis is a life-threatening genetic disease that affects the lungs and digestive system. In people with CF, defective gene causes a thick buildup of mucus in the lungs, pancreas, and other organs, making it difficult for them to breathe and hard for them to absorb vital nutrients in their everyday life.
Okay, wow. So how did you become an advocate for cystic fibrosis? And that was since your daughter was diagnosed. So you just gave us a little overview of what it is, but how was it for you when you received you received this diagnosis for your daughter? How was it going through this process of, okay, now my daughter has cystic fibrosis. What do I do as a mother? What do I do as an advocate? What do I do to help support her and me?
Well, I mean, when she was first diagnosed, it was difficult. She was diagnosed at 2 weeks old. And as a brand new parent, we were devastated. No one wants to have a child with any serious health concerns. But upon learning about her disease, I felt like I needed to learn more and I needed to get more involved. So the website, the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, I went on the website just to kind of look to see what it was, what was out there. And I stumbled across the Great Strides Walk that's being held here in Colony in May, and I then, wanted to begin this journey. So we started Drea's Dream Team, and we participate in all the events so far.
And so how old is your daughter?
She just turned 2 in January.
Great.
Yep.
And so maybe tell us a little bit about the walk. What is the walk that's happening in May?
The walk is being held on May 15th at the Crossings in Colony, and it's just every family that has a child or children with CF, we meet up at the Crossings and we walk 3 miles. We try to raise as much funds and awareness just so, our children can live healthy, normal lives.
And you said you started Drea's Dream Team, and that's sort of your page on the Cystic Fibrosis, a website where people can make donations, they can show support, they can register for the walk. Is that correct? Or how can people become involved with that?
Yep. If you go on the cff.org is the website, and you just you find our local chapter here in Albany, and it will direct you to each team, event, everything.
Okay. And I did see your page, and one thing that you say in your bio of your family, you say cystic fibrosis is our new normal and it's part of our lives. And I'm sure there's been a lot of emotions up and down since Drea's diagnosis. But how did you get to a point where you could even sort of say that it's just sort of our new normal, it's an accepted part of our lives? What was that process like for you?
Well, I guess after feeling all different emotions, I've realized that this was our reality, and I needed to accept it. And CF could either be my whole entire life, or it could be part of our lives. So I just decided that it was going to be just part of our lives, and I had to accept that wholeheartedly. My fiance and I both have great friends and families and support. So that has helped 100%, which has made us the biggest difference in the world.
And that's such this is a social work themed show, and a lot of the times we try to talk about supports and what people can do to, help themselves with their own self-care. But what are some of the supports that you think parents need who are caring for a child with a medical condition? What are some things that, when you mention supports, how do you identify those as what's been helpful for you through this process?
Well, as parents, we always want, our children come first, but the support for parents is huge. I am very fortunate that at Albany Medical Center, their cystic fibrosis clinic, they have a caregiver support group. My social worker, John Nash, she's the head of the pediatric pulmonary group, and we meet once a month, every third Wednesday, and it's for caregivers and families who have a child or children with CF, and we just meet and we talk, and that has helped me immensely because I've met parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles who have children or nieces or nephews with CF, and it's just nice to meet people who understand what you're going through on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. And do you, this may be a tough question, but do you get the sense that there are any misunderstandings or myths about cystic fibrosis that are out there in the community? Are there sort of people that really misunderstand what this is?
Yeah, I would totally agree. Yes, they do. A lot of people think it's just asthma, and a lot of people, I get sometimes, she doesn't look sick because it's an invisible disease. It affects her internally. It's not. She doesn't wear it to see her. She just looks like an active 2-year-old, where inside her organs, everything doesn't work correctly. Mm-hmm. Like her lungs, her pancreas, she doesn't absorb food correctly. She needs digestive enzymes to help her eat. We do breathing treatments every morning and afternoon and night if we need to. We have to add everything in more if she gets sick. It's just I guess people think that just because they don't see it, sometimes they don't really know the severity of it.
Sure.
Mm. And it seems like a lot that she sort of goes through, Drea. So what are some, just so you can have sort of a chance to mention, she seems like such a strong little girl. What are some things that, some traits or qualities that you think helps her as a little individual going through this? What are some things that she does that offers that support and helps her get through, when she does have to go through the treatments and things like that?
I think, too, she doesn't know any different. We started this really early with, we do chest PT. She started everything at 6 months, about 6 months, like her chest PT, her nebulizer, everything like that. I think she's just used to everything. And I think with my support group, my fiance's support group, our families, she's a strong little girl. She just deals with everything as it comes to her.
Yeah, and it seems like that's sort of the fact that you and your fiance have that support. It's sort of, this is her normal. This is all that she knows. So I think for you guys, it was more of that adjusting, and the fact that you have the supports helps make it more comfortable for her because she's not picking up as much of that stress or those changes because it's just sort of her everyday.
Definitely.
Which seems like a really great thing for her to have that. But going back to the walk, because a lot of our listeners like to know what they can do and how can they become involved. What are the funds that are raised for the walk? What do they go to?
The funds go to continued medical research, drug development. There's huge drugs coming out that are going to help people with CF live longer and healthier lives. They're total game changers for this disease.
That's really great because there's not too much. What is the treatment like? Is there anything that's currently that's out there that is leading toward a cure? Is it where are they in the process for the treatment?
Well, there's so many different genes. There's so many different genes out there that, everyone has a different mutation. There's so many different mutations where they're at right now. The drugs are just trying to correct the disease, not so much cure the disease. It's just trying to make the body, not create that much mucus. It's just trying to create, help it, I guess, not so much cure the disease, but it's totally helping people, just feel a difference.
So that's really good to know, because the funds that are going to be raised are really going to research to help identify how it can help individuals and their specific mutations. So the research and the funds are critical, really, for progression.
Oh, definitely, because the drug developments are so expensive. So all the money that we can try to raise, it just helps so much.
And supporting the walk is one way, but is there any other ways that people can become involved or help support cystic fibrosis and the research? Are there other opportunities for individuals to become involved? There is there are a number of ways to raise awareness, but you can also, if people would like to donate, if you go on the foundation, the cff.org that I spoke about before, you can make a donation to the foundation. You can participate in many of the foundation events, like the walk. We also participate in the stair climb that's held at the Corning Tower. There's also a Cycle for Life if people want to participate in events. There are also galas, golf tournaments, and there's just so many other activities that benefit this cause.
And I would imagine, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I would imagine for you that going to these types of events, and certainly the support groups that you mentioned for you and your fiance, that those possibly build a sense of community for you.
Oh yeah, definitely linking up with people who deal with the same thing I deal with. I feel like I've met a couple mothers in my support group that we're doing fundraisers now. We're just trying to come together and raise as much money as we can for our children and help them live long, healthy lives.
And why, if just for our listeners who are trying to think about this and think about what it might be like to be in your shoes, why is it important for you to be around other parents and people experiencing the same type of thing as you?
I think because we get each other. We understand what it is to deal with a child with a sickness. Not everybody gets that, because people have children with no health issues, and it's just nice to have that in common. We don't, when we go to support group, we don't even need to speak about the disease, but we just have a healthy respect for each other, because we do know what we endure on an everyday basis.
Right. And I would imagine you use the same language and you have the same type of daily experiences, so there's a commonality there.
Oh, definitely. Yes, most definitely. And it's nice to have someone who understands you, that walks in the same shoes you do every single day.
And I imagine this, because they all have children too, so I'm imagining that your daughter gets to sort of interact with other individuals other kids who are going through something similar. Is that, or is it more of just for the parents?
It's just more for the parents. Actually, children with CF, which is kind of hard, they can't be around other children with CF because when you speak, you can spit or secrete anything, and with their bacteria that they hold in their lungs, they can transfer from child to child, which can cause lung infections, can cause damage. So children with CF really shouldn't be around each other. So that also makes it very hard, because as parents, we can only see each other really at support groups or if we get together, but our children can't really, they can't mingle, they can't really play together.
Okay. Well, at least it's a resource for you. Like I said, to have that person, like Eric just said, to have that person or those people that you can sort of communicate with, that know sort of what you're going through, even if you're not talking about it, to have someone to be able to relate to.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
Now, for those who want to participate in the walk, but even maybe who want to make donations to Drea's Dream Team, how do they find that link? I mean, I have it. I can put it on our website and our social media pages, but is there a way that they can just go on the Cystic Fibrosis page and find Drea's Dream Team?
Yep. If you go on, I believe it's cff.org, and you can find the Great Strides Walk, and the local, you just find, I believe it's the Albany 2016 walk, and you just click on that link, and Drea's Dream Team is one of the teams that are participating this year. and then it will just direct you right to the site.
Okay.
Great.
And I will definitely get that up, as I know a lot of our listeners sometimes call and email me after the show wanting to know how they can support. So I will get that on our website. So if people do want to make donations to Drea's Dream Team, they will have they'll have the link to be able to do that.
Thank you so much.
Nina, is there anything else that you'd like to add about cystic fibrosis or about how we can help, or is there anything that we missed that you want people to know? We covered everything. I want to thank you guys for giving me this opportunity and helping me raise awareness and getting the chance to talk about it and everything. I just really appreciate it so much. No, we're so glad to have you on. It's especially with this being Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month. We really want it to be able to highlight how we can help to raise more awareness. And we're thankful for you to come on and tell your story. Drea is a lucky little girl to have, parents who are really involved and invested in advocating and helping to find a way to make cystic fibrosis something that is not finding those ways to make it easier through treatment, through medical research, and everything like that. So I want to thank you for all that you're doing to raise awareness, not for only for your daughter, but for all the other kids who are battling this every day.
Thank you.
Yeah, the work you're doing is very, very inspiring and very important. So thanks for doing it, Nina.
Oh, no problem. I feel I need to do it for my daughter and for everybody living with this disease.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Nina. This show will be up on our YouTube page later today. It will probably be replayed throughout the month of May on Tuesdays as part of Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month. So
thank you so much. I really do appreciate this so much.
Thanks, Nina. We hope you'll stay in touch.
Okay, thank you.
So you've been listening to a live interview with Nina Nardacci, I apologize, Nina, who's been talking with us about cystic fibrosis awareness and the experience that she had with her daughter, Drea. And I think the website that she gave for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation was cff.org. Is that right, Alyssa?
Yes, and I will have all of this on our website and our social media pages for the radio show, so everyone can have access if they want to make a donation and hopefully come out and support the walk this coming in the next few weeks.
Great. So you are listening to the Social Workers Live radio talk show. If you just tuned in, we're going to have a quick public service announcement, and then we'll be back with more in just a moment.